Kyle Bradge from Chaparral Motorsports coming to you live from the Water Rock Ranch here in Pahrump, Nevada. We've been out here for 3 days testing the brand new Michelin Anakee Adventure Tires. Now, Chaparral Motorsports has already done a very in-depth and detailed review of these tires, taking it through about 7 different types of terrain over the course of a single day. Now, over the last 3 days, we've been able to put these things to the test out here in Death Valley. And I have to say, the terrain out here, the heat, the rocks, it is really treacherous on these tires.
This section of road right here is super cool, so I'm gonna take you up it real fast. This just shows a lot of the articulation of the front end and rear end, kind of how it goes in and out of holes. Should be some really cool footage of that back tire just spinning nuts. I mean, it's indicated speeds up over 100 miles an hour, but we're actually traveling probably 80. And that wheel is spinning almost double the speed of what we're actually going. Like right there, sick. So right now we're actually doing 100 miles an hour. There's no wheel spin in the back. It's 100% power down to the ground. These tires feel good. Ah, this surface is amazing. Like riding on glass. So this is the softer sand. When it gets deeper, it gets a little more challenging. Just gotta lean back in the saddle and give it a little bit of gas. Sketchy parts when the front end starts to go side to side. This is where it'd be awesome to have an Anakee Wild up front and the Adventure in the rear. That way that front would just track straight.
We've put about 700 miles onto these tires over the last 4 days. 50% straight and the rest all on dirt, gravel, sand, rock. The terrains that we've taken these tires on have been spectacular. Yesterday we were in Glamis type sand in these tires, and this rear tire was spitting sand so far behind the bike it was pretty staggering. The amount of traction that this rear tire produces in all situations is really staggering.
So one of the biggest drawbacks to some knobby tires is the noise that they make. And this bike next to me, you see it in the mirror? That bike right there has knobby tires on it. And I can hear those tires on the pavement like a four-wheel drive truck. I don't know if you can hear it in the camera, but I can definitely hear that he's got knobby tires on the bike. And I can only imagine how loud that is in his helmet as he's sitting right above it. So that's a good feature of these Michelin Anakee Adventure tires, is the fact that they are super quiet. Quiet like a sport bike tire. Zero noise at all, but they perform in all types of terrain.
The first night that we got here, we took it up into the mountains right here behind us. And there was this really thick stair-step type red rock, and it was jagged, it was rugged, and it was a technical, there's lots of guys falling over up there. But these tires did an amazing job at making that bike just tractor forward. On pavement, we tested their speeds and the twisties, pushing limits there. Off-road, on gravel roads, we were able to get these tires up over 100 miles an hour for sustained periods. I'm talking for a 40-mile stretch, we had these things just pinned open. And they really did a great job at digging through the top and finding that solid material down at the bottom, getting traction, and just pushes the bike forward. The more time that I've spent on these tires, the more appreciative I am of the technology that's gone into these tires to make them what they are.
All right, so we are here on the dry lake bed. We've got a 950, a 990 clear over there, and the Africa Twin. What we're going to do now is we're going to drag race the Africa Twin against a 990 KTM. Similar horsepower. Make sure we got this right. ABS off, traction control off. We're in the fastest setting. Go! Africa Twin just smoked the KTM 990 Adventure Baja Edition. That goes down in the record books, yes.
The front tire has their 2CT technology. It's going to be a dual compound. So it's harder in the center and softer on the sides. So more of a touring compound in the center and a sport bike compound on the sides. This allows this thing to stick and handle extremely well on pavement and on twisties. Now moving over to the rear tire, they have what's called a 2CT Plus technology. What the Plus means is it's still a dual compound tire, but it's constructed very differently. The hard compound that's here on the top actually extends underneath these lugs on the side. That's going to give it stability. It's going to make that whole carcass feel like one piece and give you awesome rigidity when you're leaned over in a corner so you don't get tire squirm. So that rubber is going to be all the way to the top here in the center, and then it's going to have this cupping motion right here, and then this softer rubber is going to be laid on the top. These soft lugs are going to give you that really great grip on the top. But this tire has a super stiff foundation underneath, allowing you to really get in there without having that tire move or shift at all when you're leaning to the corners, hammering the power. Along those same lines, they're using what they call a bridge block technology. So the bridge block technology does a great job at taking the smaller lugs here, every other lug, and tying them together, making them part of that base. So you have a smaller knobby on the top that's going to be able to grab and have multiple leading edges and give you better bite. But at the base, it's all tied in, making that feel like one big block. That's allowing this tire to not have any squirm whatsoever. I've said it multiple times in this video, but I really am impressed with these tires. If there was one specific area that these tires did not perform as well as they could have, it would have been this front tire in really soft sand. Just like we found out on our tire test that we did on the BMW, where I was sidewinding all across the sand, this tire did the same thing on the Africa Twin. The reason is there's not a knob, there's not a block to be able to bite into the sand and keep that wheel pointed forward. This round, smooth surface liked to deflect off of anything that it hit, and you just kind of pitch yourself back and forth through the sand.
So the back tire is doing a phenomenal job at driving this beast forward. The problem that I'm having is the front tire. That was a good one. The front tire is lacking the knob to keep it straight. Just gotta ride this car rut. Again.
That being said, this rear tire performs above expectation in those loose, soft, and sandy conditions. Probably the winning combination is going to be an Anakee Wild in the front and the Anakee Adventure in the rear. That's going to give you superior longevity in the rear. It's going to give you this tire that pushes forward and does a great job at giving you forward momentum. So here in front of us, we have a brand new set of Michelin Anakee Adventure tires. And then next to those is a used set that came off of Lance Gaines' motorcycle tour bike. He runs a company up in Idaho called Into the Horizon Motorcycle Tours and Rentals. These are one of the first sets that came into the U.S. They were testing them on bikes to see how many miles they were going to get out of these tires. In talking with Lance Fireside, I found out that he has over 8,000 miles on this set of tires right here. The thing that I find very apparent by looking at these tires that really surprises me actually is the lack of cupping on the front tire and the even wear that we're seeing on the rear tire. Obviously you can see that this had a lot of road miles because it became very flat. A lot of straight road miles, I should say. Now let's jump over and take a look at these Anakee Adventure tires that we have on the Honda Africa Twin behind me. This is the bike that I've been ripping, pinned wide open this whole weekend, and these tires show that we've been abusing them. But look at the wear. These tires look really, really good. Over the last several days, we've put over 500 miles on this set of tires right here. As you can see, they've got some battle scars because we've taken them into some extreme situations. As a testament of how good these tires actually are, now after having such an amazing time here in this great Death Valley location, we're now going to jump on the bike and head through the high desert of southern Nevada and southern California back home, about 300 miles. These tires are a great do-it-all tire if you're looking to do mostly street, but you want a capable dirt tire when you get to where you're going. A tire that's not going to give you any road vibrations, it's not going to make any noise, it's going to be quiet, and it's going to stick to the road like glue. I'm Kyle Bratch from Chaparral Motorsports. Thanks for joining us. Please take a look at the link below in this video, and you'll find our full review where we take this thing through all different types of terrain, showing you exactly how it handles. Of course, you've already seen that in this video as well, but the other video shows it on a BMW. Today, we're on an Africa Twin, and it just shows that these tires aren't model-specific tires. These tires will work on any vehicle that this tire size will fit.
All right, so this here is my buddy Sven. He is the creator of the Swagotech Fork Shield, riding an Africa Twin. And this is Mike. Mike rides a super clapped out Super Tenere. All right, and what do we have here? A Suzuki V-Strom. And what do we have here? We have another Africa Twin. And we have an R1200 GS Adventure. And we have a KTM 1290 Super Adventure. And we've got over here another R1200 GS Adventure. And then we have, a standard GS. That's the first one I've seen so far.
I'm Kyle Bradshaw, coming to you from the Water Rock Ranch here in Pahrump, Nevada. If you liked what you saw today, please give us a thumbs up, and more importantly, hit that subscribe button, notification bell if you want to be part of that notification squad to know every time that we upload a new video to the channel. Until next time, take care and ride safe.